The Varnock Empire was growing fast. No one could stop them. They had huge warships, dark and strong. Their weapons could melt through planets. They moved from one galaxy to another, destroying everything. Every alien race that stood against them was crushed. Some tried to fight, but most just gave up and surrendered. Across the galaxy, fear spread like fire. Some called the Varnock devils, others called them gods. On Arcadia 7, a small peaceful colony, people looked at the sky with fear. The Varnock fleet arrived like a black storm. In less than 1 hour, colony was turned to ash. The Varnock captain, Turin Blake, sent a message to the Galactic Union. Surrender or be erased. The message reached Earth. But Earth had been quiet for years. After past wars, humanity stopped joining galactic politics. They watched, learned, and waited. President Larva Green sat in a dark room with her advisors. Some wanted peace talks, others were afraid of starting a war. But deep under the surface, something old and powerful was waiting. In a secret military base, hidden under the Nevada desert, alarms began to ring. Admiral Jason Cole received a coded message. He opened it slowly, reading each word with care. After a long pause, he nodded once. It was time. He gave one simple order: wake it up. In a giant underground chamber, engineers and soldiers rushed to work. Lights blinked on, massive doors opened, and a long sleeping beast began to rise. It was not an animal, but something far more powerful, the Warship. Named Liberty's Wrath, Liberty's Wrath was humanity's secret weapon. A ship built in silence, hidden from the galaxy. It was the size of a city and shaped like a giant blade. Its armor was black with golden edges. Smooth and silent, the ship did not look old, but it had been built many years ago, improved again. And again in secret inside, the control systems came alive. Engines hummed, weapons charged, and the AI spoke. Her name was Iris, and her voice was calm like the wind. "All systems online, Admiral," she said. "Awaiting your command." Admiral Cole stepped onto the main bridge. Lights turned on as he walked. Screens showed maps, power levels, and ship status. He looked around at the crew, handpicked for this mission. Each one trained for battle. Silent and focused, he nodded to Captain Megan Hart, his second in command. She was sharp, experienced, and respected by everyone on board. "Status?" Cole asked. "Weapons ready," Megan answered. "Shields at full." "Crew at stations," Iris added. "We are ready." Outside, the ground shook as Liberty's Wrath lifted from its cradle. Dust flew into the air, birds scattered, and clouds twisted above. The massive ship rose into the sky, engines glowing blue and bright. People across Earth looked up in awe. They had never seen this ship before, but they could feel its power. Far above, in Earth's orbit, satellites moved aside. To make room, the Liberty's Wrath reached space. Slow and steady like a giant waking from a long sleep, it turned toward deep space, toward the danger, toward the Varnock. Back in the Varnock fleet, Captain Turin Blake was laughing. She thought Earth would beg for mercy like the others. She did not know what was coming. Her ships were many, and her pride was high. But pride can be dangerous when blind. Admiral Cole stood tall on the bridge, looking at the stars ahead. "Send a message to the Galactic Union," he said. "Tell them Earth will no longer be silent." As Liberty's Wrath moved through space, the crew prepared for battle. Engineers checked weapons again. Pilots tested fighter crafts. Drones hovered in the ship's halls, ready to defend or repair. In the main chamber, the railgun charged for the first time in years. The pulse cannons glowed, and the gravity core pulsed with quiet power. In the cafeteria, young crew members whispered to each other. Some were scared, others excited. "Is this ship really that strong?" One asked. "Strong enough to scare legends," another replied. Meanwhile, Megan walked through the ship, checking systems and crew. She looked out a small window at the stars. Her face was calm, but her heart was racing. She knew the first battle would come soon. She didn't know what would happen, but she trusted the ship, and she trusted the people beside her. Liberty's Wrath continued forward. Silent and strong, it was more than a ship, it was a message. A line drawn in the stars. A force the galaxy had forgotten. The Varnok thought they could not be stopped. They believed no one had the power to stand against them. They were wrong, and now humanity would remind them in the dark sea of stars. Something powerful was coming, and it carried the wrath of Earth. Liberty's wrath moved through space like a silent shadow. Its engines hummed softly, leaving a blue trail behind. The ship was quiet inside, but every person on board was alert. They all knew what was coming. The Varnok fleet had destroyed too many worlds, and now they were heading toward Earth's allies. Admiral Cole stood on the bridge, looking at the star map. He pointed at a blinking red signal near the rim sector. "That's our first target," he said. "A captured Union station full of refugees. The Varnok are using it as bait." Captain Megan Hart nodded. "We can't let them think we're afraid," she said. Her voice was calm, but her eyes showed fire. Iris, the ship's AI, spoke softly. "Varnok presence confirmed. 12 enemy. Warships in orbit, weapon strength, medium to high. No human presence detected in their transmissions." Admiral Cole gave the order, "Set course to intercept." Liberty's wrath turned without hesitation. The crew moved quickly, checking systems, loading weapons. Fighter pilots climbed into their crafts, ready for launch. Drones prepared. For outside repairs and defense, in the weapon control room, Lieutenant Sam Carter checked the railgun systems. He had been part of the Liberty's Wrath team for 7 years. But this was his first real combat. His hands were steady, but his heart beat fast. "Targeting systems locked," he whispered, "within hours." The station came into view. It was once a bright, busy place filled with life. Now it looked broken, with pieces floating around it. Varnok ships circled like vultures, waiting for something or someone. One of their heavy cruisers turned toward Liberty's Wrath, scanning it. Captain Taryn Blake, watching from her command ship, narrowed her eyes. "What is that?" she asked. "Just one ship?" Her officer replied, "Yes, Captain, but it's human, and it's strange. No ID, no data in our files." Taryn smirked. "Destroy it," she said without fear. "Make Earth regret standing up." The Varnok ships moved into position, weapons charging. But Liberty's Wrath did not stop. It kept moving forward, slow and steady, like it had all the time in the galaxy. On the bridge, Iris said, "Enemy weapons charging. Shall we respond?" Admiral Cole nodded once. "Fire at will." The first blast came from the railgun. A bright flash crossed space and slammed into a Varnok frigate. The ship exploded in seconds, torn apart like paper. The second blast from the pulse cannon hit another enemy ship, disabling its engines. The crew on Liberty's Wrath watched in silence as enemy after enemy began to fall. The Varnok returned fire, but their attacks bounced off Liberty's Wrath's shields. The armor absorbed impact after impact without breaking. The ship's AI moved the ship with perfect timing, dodging heavy fire, spinning slowly and turning. Its weapons like a dancer on a stage of fire and light. Fighter crafts launched from Liberty's Wrath. Tiny but fast, they moved like wasps, targeting enemy weak spots. Megan directed the battle from the secondary command seat. Squad 3, flank left. Take out their shield cores. Squad 5. Protect the escape pods from the station. Inside the broken station, survivors saw the battle unfold. Children cried, and adults held their breath. For the first time in days, hope returned to their eyes. One young boy pointed at the window. "Look, a human ship," he whispered. "It's fighting for us." Back in the Varnok command ship, Taryn Blake was no longer smiling. "How can one ship do this?" she shouted. Her officers gave no answers. Their ships were falling fast, and the humans were not stopping. Admiral Cole gave one more command. "Target the enemy flagship," Iris confirmed. Locked on. The main cannon charged, and within seconds, the beam tore through space, hitting Taryn's ship. Alarms blared as fire spread. She screamed, "Retreat," but it was too late. Her ship began to break apart, metal twisting and lights dying. The remaining Varnock ships tried to run, but Liberty's wrath let them go. Admiral Cole wanted them to carry the message back. "Let them remember today," he said quietly. "Let them fear what Earth has built." After the battle, Liberty's wrath moved closer to the station. Drones flew out, repairing broken parts, helping survivors. Medical teams transported the injured to safety. Captain Megan met a group of children inside the station. One girl, holding her sister, said, "I thought no one would come." Megan smiled softly. "Earth came, and we won't leave you again." News of the battle spread fast across the galaxy. Some called it a miracle, others called it a warning. But everyone now knew the name Liberty's Wrath. The warship that destroyed a fleet alone. The ship that brought fear back to the Varnock. In a dark chamber on a distant Varnock planet, leaders gathered in silence. One of them whispered, "No force could stop us until now." Liberty's Wrath returned to deep space, ready for the next battle. Its engines glowed, its weapons charged. But on board, there was no celebration, just quiet strength and silent purpose. They knew this was just the beginning. Liberty's Wrath drifted through space, silent and alone, after the battle at the station. The crew took a short break, but no one relaxed completely. Everyone knew the Varnock would return, and next time they would not be careless on the bridge. Admiral Cole studied new reports coming in from different sectors. One caught his attention. It was a message from a small science outpost on the edge of the Luron belt. The message was short and filled with static, but one part was clear. Unknown. Signal detected, approaching fast. Too advanced to track. Cole turned to Megan. "That outpost is supposed to be hidden," he said. "If something found it, it could be Varnock scouts." Megan nodded. "Or something worse," Iris spoke. "Message signal ended 3 hours ago. Outpost is no longer responding." "Plot a course," Cole ordered. "We're going in." Liberty's Wrath turned and jumped into hyperspace. Inside the ship, the crew moved into position. Everyone had seen what the Varnock could do. But there was a strange feeling this time, like something else was watching them. The outpost floated in space, dark and damaged, when Liberty's Wrath arrived. The area was silent. Debris from destroyed satellites and broken antennas drifted slowly around the station. There were no signs of life. Megan led a small team to board the station. The hallways were quiet, lights flickered, and the air was cold. Signs of struggle were everywhere: broken equipment, scorched walls, doors forced open, but no bodies. They reached the command room and powered it back up. Iris connected to the systems. Downloading the last video logs, a shaky recording played. On the screen, a scientist was speaking quickly. Something appeared near the outer ring, not Varnock, much more advanced. It moved like it was alive. It tore through the hull. We tried to... The screen went black. Megan stepped back, her face serious. "This wasn't the Varnock," she said. "This was something else." Back on the ship, Cole studied the scans again. Iris found traces of unusual energy left behind, something not seen before in any known enemy. "It is not human, not Varnock," she said. "Possibly ancient, possibly new." Analysis incomplete. Suddenly, alarms rang across the ship. "Unidentified object approaching," Iris warned. "Speed, high. Direction, straight toward us." The crew rushed to their stations. Shields went up, weapons charged. In the distance, a strange shape appeared. Long and curved like a serpent made of metal and light. It didn't have engines, but it moved fast, too fast. Liberty's Wrath fired a warning shot, but the object twisted around it like smoke. "No damage detected," Iris said. "Object is scanning us." Cole narrowed his eyes. "Fire again." Full power. The pulse cannons fired together, sending waves of energy through space. This time, they hit the object directly. But instead of breaking, the thing absorbed the blast, glowing brighter then. It released a sharp burst of light. Liberty's Wrath shook violently. Systems flickered. Alarms screamed. Shields dropped by 40%. Hull stable, but we've Been hit with some kind of energy pulse, Megan reported. No known match. The object circled once more, then stopped. It hovered just outside the ship's range. Unmoving. It's watching us, Cole said. Waiting, Iris suddenly lit up. Incoming transmission. Not Varnock language, unknown symbols, attempting to translate. The message played through the speakers. It was not a voice, but more like music mixed with whispers. Everyone on the bridge felt a chill. Even though the temperature stayed the same, Megan clutched her chair. What is that? She asked softly. Iris spoke again. Partial translation complete. You woke the storm. Leave this space or be erased. Cole stood. So it talks. Let's give it an answer. Liberty's Wrath aimed its main railgun, power levels rising. The crew knew what was at stake. They couldn't run. If they let this thing go, it could destroy other human colonies. Fire, Cole ordered. The railgun blasted forward, cutting space in half with light and power. It struck the object with full force. For a second, there was silence. Then the object exploded in a burst of silver and white. Pieces scattered in every direction. The shockwave hit Liberty's Wrath. But the shields held. Everyone waited, but nothing more happened. No further contacts detected. Iris said, "Threat removed," but the silence that followed was heavy. This wasn't like the Varnock. This was something different, something older, maybe, or something just waking up. Megan looked at Cole. Do you think the Varnock know about this? I don't think even they are ready for this, Cole replied. But if it came after us, it might go after them too. The crew took a breath, but no one relaxed fully. They repaired systems, cleaned damage, and returned to patrol. But everyone kept thinking about the strange ship, its strange message, and what it meant. Far away, deep in uncharted space, more shapes like the one they destroyed began to move. Lights blinked in the dark, and a signal was sent through the stars. The storm had noticed Earth, and Earth had fired first. The crew of Liberty's Wrath worked quietly, fixing broken systems and checking the damage. After the strange battle in the Luron Belt, the ship had taken a hit unlike anything they had faced before. It wasn't a normal weapon. It felt more like an energy wave, something unknown and old. Admiral Cole stood at the center of the bridge. He stared at the screen, still showing pieces of the alien object floating in space. We destroyed it, he said, but I don't think that was the end. Captain Megan Hart stepped beside him. It scanned us first, she said, like it was studying our ship, maybe testing us. Iris the AI added softly, based on analysis, the object was not a single unit. It may be part of a larger network. More likely, the Admiral gave a firm nod. Then we need to find out where they're coming from before they find us again. A message from Earth arrived. President Lavra Green appeared on the screen. Her face was serious. We've picked up strange energy signatures from the Scorvian drift, she said. Same as the one that attacked you. We need you to investigate. It could be connected to the Varnock or worse. Cole answered. Understood. We'll go in. The Scorvian drift was a dangerous part of space, full of twisting energy storms, shattered moons, and dead ships. Many believed it was cursed. Others said it was haunted by old war machines from forgotten ages. But none of that stopped Liberty's Wrath. As they entered the drift, the stars became harder to see. The sky looked like it was broken, filled with clouds of gas and flashes of green lightning. Navigation was difficult. Iris worked nonstop to keep the ship safe. Drones flew ahead to scan the way, and power was directed to shields in case of sudden impact. Below the surface of the ship, the engineering team worked around the clock. Chief Engineer Natalie Brooks shouted over the noise of machines. I want those reactor lines double-checked. We can't afford a failure out here. Meanwhile, in the pilot hangar, young pilot Devin Clark sat quietly in his seat, staring at his helmet. What are we even fighting? He asked out loud. His friend Rico leaned over. Whatever it is, it bled when we hit it. That means it can die. They all laughed a little. But the fear was still there behind their smiles. Suddenly, Iris gave an alert. Large structure detected. Ahead, hidden in the debris field, estimated size, 1,000 meters. Composition, unknown. The crew gathered on the bridge as the image appeared on the screen. A massive station floated between broken rocks and thick fog. It looked like a spider made of metal, black and twisted. "That's not Varnock," Megan said. "That's something else. Any signs of life?" Cole asked. "None," Iris replied. "But energy levels are rising inside the structure." Cole gave the order, "Prepare a boarding team. We need to know what this is." Megan led the mission herself, taking 5 crew members in a small transport craft. They entered the strange structure through a broken hatch. The air was dry and cold. The walls pulsed with a soft red light, and strange symbols were carved everywhere. They found empty halls, broken machines, and long-dead systems. But deep inside the structure, they found something alive. A chamber filled with glowing pods. Each pod held a figure inside machines with sharp arms and glowing eyes. They looked like warriors in sleep. Megan stepped back, her hand on her weapon. "They're not awake," she whispered. "But if they do—" Suddenly, Iris called from the ship. "Energy spike detected. Get out of there now." Megan shouted, "Move now." The team ran back to the transport craft. As they left the station, the pods inside began to open. One by one, the machines awoke, their eyes lighting up with blue fire. Weapons folded out of their arms, and they began to move. Liberty's wrath pulled the team back in and turned its weapons toward the station. "Open fire," Cole ordered. The warship fired all its forward weapons. Lighting filled the drift. Explosions rocked the strange station, but the machines inside began to fly out, moving fast through the debris. Incoming enemy units. Quantity: over 200, Iris warned. The sky filled with mechanical shapes, all heading straight for Liberty's wrath. Fighter crafts launched from the warship, engaging the machines mid-flight. The battle was fast and wild. Pulse shots burned through the dark. Drones worked to protect the ship, and turrets locked on targets one by one. Inside the bridge, Cole and Megan worked together to control the chaos. "Concentrate fire on their center group," Megan said. "Split their forces, Iris. Route more power to shields," Cole added, "and prepare the railgun." Railgun charged with a deep hum, then fired through the center of the enemy swarm. 10 machines vanished in a second. The blast cut open a path, and the crew didn't waste the chance. Slowly, the enemy numbers began to fall. One by one, the machines were destroyed. But they had done their job. They had sent a warning. After the battle, silence returned. The wreckage floated through the broken sky. Liberty's wrath held position, smoking and scarred, but still alive. Megan sat down slowly, wiping sweat from her face. "That wasn't a random attack," she said. "That station was a factory, and we just walked right into it." Cole stared at the screen, now showing a new signal, a message sent from the destroyed station to somewhere deeper in the drift. "They called for help," he said. "We didn't stop them in time." He looked around at his crew, tired but still standing. This war just changed. After the fierce battle in the Scorvian Drift, Liberty's wrath moved away from the smoking wreckage. Everyone on the ship felt the tension. The battle was over, but the enemy had sent a signal before the factory was destroyed. No one knew who or what would answer that call. Admiral Cole stood on the bridge, looking tired but alert. The crew worked quietly around him. Each person checked their screens again and again, waiting for the next sign of trouble. Captain Megan Hart checked the ship's repair reports. "We took more damage than before," she said softly. "The enemy is learning about us with every fight." Iris, the AI, added, "Incoming message from Earth." President Laura Green's face appeared on the main screen. Her voice was strong, but everyone could see the worry in her eyes. "You did well," she said, "but we have new information. Our spies in the Varnock Empire picked up a strange signal. It matches what you found in the drift. The Varnock are afraid. They believe a doomsday weapon is hidden somewhere in the Scorvian Rift. It's not theirs, And they don't know how to control it. Cole listened closely. If it's not Varnock, he said, it must belong to the machines or whatever woke up in that factory. Larva nodded. You have to find it before the Varnock do. If they get desperate, they might set it loose just to win. The mission became more dangerous, but no one backed down. Liberty's Wrath set a course for the heart of the Scorvian Rift. The area was famous for storms, gravity wells, and lost ships. Pilots and engineers double-checked every system. They knew a single mistake out there could destroy them. As the ship entered the rift, the lights dimmed. Shadows danced across the walls. Static filled the screens, making it harder for Iris to scan ahead. The crew sat in silence. Only the sound of the engines broke the tension. Suddenly, Iris spoke. Large structure detected ahead. It is not moving. Energy readings are off the scale. The main screen showed an enormous ship, larger than anything Liberty's Wrath had faced before. Its black hull was cracked and covered in strange glowing lines. It looked like a mix of machine and monster, and nothing alive moved around it. That must be the Doomsday weapon, Megan said. Her voice was barely a whisper. It looks dead, but I don't trust it. Cole ordered, full scan, and get closer, but keep weapons ready. Liberty's Wrath moved carefully. Its lights shined across the giant enemy ship. The closer they got, the more details they saw. The surface was covered in old battle scars. Some places still burned with blue fire. But the ship was quiet, waiting. Suddenly, the Varnock fleet arrived. 16 warships came out of hyperspace. Surrounding the area, Taryn Blake's command ship led the group. Her voice boomed over the radio. Step aside, humans. This is Varnock territory. You don't belong here, Cole replied. This weapon doesn't belong to anyone. If you try to control it, we'll stop you, Taryn laughed. We will take what we want. Your little ship cannot stop us. As the fleets faced off, the enemy ship began to wake. Lights flashed across its body. Energy spikes filled the scanners. Iris warned. The Doomsday ship is powering up. It is preparing to fire. Danger to all ships is critical. Cole made a quick decision. Megan, take a squad. Find a way onto that ship. If we can't stop it from here, maybe we can do it from inside. Megan nodded. She gathered a small team and entered a drop shuttle. They flew close, dodging Varnock fire and sharp debris. The Doomsday ship opened a hatch like it was expecting them. Megan felt a chill, but there was no turning back. Inside, the ship was dark and alive. The walls pulsed with a cold blue light. Strange machines moved in the shadows. The team crept forward, searching for a control room or a weak point. Iris guided them by radio. Energy core detected in Sector 4. That is likely the main power source. Meanwhile, the Varnock fleet and Liberty's Wrath fired at each other. Space filled with explosions. Megan's team reached the core. It glowed bright, like a frozen star. How do we destroy it? One soldier asked. I brought a core destabilizer, Megan replied. She placed the device on the main control column. Iris, start the countdown. On the surface of the Doomsday ship, enemy machines woke up. They attacked the team, blinding them with blue flashes. Megan fired back, leading her group through the chaos. Just a little longer, she said. Hold them off. Liberty's Wrath did everything it could to protect the drop team. Shields dropped to 50%. But Admiral Cole refused to fall back. He sent every drone and fighter craft to cover Megan's escape route. At the last second, Megan's team escaped through the hatch. The destabilizer exploded. The Doomsday ship shook with a deep roar. A wave of light washed over the area. All the Varnock ships nearby were hit by the blast. Half of them were destroyed. The rest retreated, leaving the battlefield behind. Liberty's Wrath barely survived. Systems were failing, but they did not lose hope. The crew cheered as Megan and her team returned, alive and tired, but smiling. Admiral Cole looked at the burning remains of the Doomsday ship, and then at the survivors on his own. We did it, he said. But this war is not over. The galaxy will know that humanity is not weak. We have a ship that can change everything. The galaxy watched as Liberty's wrath floated in the light of a dying enemy. More legends would be born that day, and more enemies would learn to fear the humans who refused to surrender. Liberty's wrath drifted through the quiet of space, damaged but not destroyed. The scars from the battle with the Doomsday ship still showed along the hull. Some engines flickered, some rooms were dark, but the heart of the ship still beat. Strong inside, the crew patched broken wires, checked systems, and worked together to keep the warship alive. Admiral Cole knew they had little time to rest. He called a meeting on the main bridge. Megan, still bruised from the mission, joined. The senior officers, Cole spoke with steady calm. "We stopped the Doomsday weapon, but the Varnock and those machines are not finished. Our next move will decide the fate of the galaxy." Iris, the AI, interrupted with a report. "Long-range scans show massive energy readings in nearby space. Multiple fleets are moving, Varnock and others. They are heading for Earth's borders." Everyone in the room felt the weight of those words. Cole stood. "This is what we've been waiting for. They want to strike while we are weak. We can't. Let them reach Earth. We'll intercept them before they cross the line." Liberty's wrath turned toward home. Crew members hurried to their posts. Engineers worked faster, using every spare part. Drones repaired the outer hull. The medics moved between the injured, helping wherever they could, even the youngest. Cadets understood that the next battle could decide everything. As the ship sped through the stars, Megan walked to the observation window. She watched the lights pass by, thinking of her family on Earth. Would she see them again? Would this be their last fight? She forced those thoughts away. There was no room for doubt now. The warning came suddenly. Iris said, "Enemy fleets approaching fast. Estimated time to contact, 10 minutes." Cole walked to the front of the bridge. "Battle stations," he said. The ship buzzed with activity. Red lights flashed. Alarms sounded. Weapons charged. The crew put on their suits and helmets, hearts racing but hands steady. Through the main screen, the enemy appeared. The Varnock fleet was larger than before, supported by ships from other scared empires. Some were old enemies, some were new, but all were afraid of what Liberty's wrath could do. The two sides faced each other in the dark sea of stars. Cole spoke on the open channel. "You don't have to do this. There's still a chance for peace." Taran Blake's cold voice came back. "Peace is a lie. Only power matters now. Your ship will fall, and Earth will kneel." Cole gave a single nod. "Then come and try." The battle began with a roar. Liberty's wrath fired its railgun, blasting a Varnock destroyer in seconds. Enemy missiles filled the sky. Liberty's wrath's shields flashed as they took the first hits. Megan directed the fighters. "Stay close, hit their engines, protect our flanks." Drones flew into the chaos, fixing shields and putting out fires as the fight raged. The bridge shook from impact after impact. Iris updated calmly. "Shields at 60%. Enemy ships closing in from 3 directions." Cole kept his voice strong. "Focus fire on the right. Break their circle." Megan gave quick orders, moving teams where they were needed most, on the lower decks. Natalie, the engineer, worked with her team to patch leaking coolant. Sparks rained down as they welded the last plate. "That's good move. Let's get the next one," she called. The enemy pushed harder. More ships poured in. Some tried to board Liberty's wrath, but the defenders held them back. Megan herself led a team to the lower decks, fighting off invaders with skill and courage. Suddenly, Iris shouted, "New energy spike detected. It's the machines. They're here." From behind the enemy fleet, a wave of the strange machines appeared, flying fast and burning blue. They targeted every ship, Varnock, human or otherwise. Chaos broke out. The machines didn't care who they hit. They destroyed everything in their way. The Varnock formation broke apart as the machines attacked. Liberty's wrath turned its guns on the new threat, firing railguns and pulse cannons. Megan ordered the fighters to protect the smaller human ships. "We can't let them get through." Cole saw his chance. Iris, route all power to the main cannon, target the machine flagship. The ship shook as it charged. The main cannon fired. A beam of pure energy blasted through space, hitting the largest machine ship. The enemy exploded, sending pieces everywhere. The machines began to retreat, sensing their leader was destroyed. The Varnuk, seeing their chance lost, pulled back. As well, only a few enemy ships survived, and those turned and ran for deep space. When the battle ended, Liberty's wrath floated in silence. The crew looked around, some weeping, some hugging. Megan found Cole on the bridge. "We did it," she said softly. Cole nodded. "We did, but we lost good people. And there will be more fights ahead. The galaxy knows our strength now. Some will fear us, some will hate us, but no one will forget what we did here." As Earth's sun appeared on the screen, everyone on Liberty's wrath stood in silence, remembering those they had lost and feeling proud to have protected their world. For the first time, the galaxy had seen the full power of humanity. And nothing would be the same again. The battle was over, but the work was not finished. Liberty's wrath drifted near Earth, waiting for new orders. The crew worked together, fixing the ship's many wounds. The hull was blackened from weapons, fire, and some rooms still had no power. Yet, the spirit of the crew stayed strong. They knew they had done something important. Not just for Earth, but for the whole galaxy. Admiral Cole called a meeting in the main briefing room. Officers, pilots, and engineers gathered around. Megan stood beside Cole, her uniform torn from battle. Cole spoke in a firm, calm voice. "We have protected Earth, but there are new problems now. The Varnuk are weak, but the machines are still out there. Other empires are afraid of us. Some want to be our friends, but others might want revenge." The crew listened quietly. Each person thought about their own reason for fighting. Some fought for family, some for honor, and some just to survive. But now, they all understood they were part of something bigger. Megan reported, "We have received messages from 3 different planets. They are asking for help. They saw what Liberty's wrath did in battle. Now they want to join us. They believe humanity can protect them from the machines and the Varnuk." Cole looked at the faces in the room. "It's a new world. We cannot trust everyone. But we must lead with courage and wisdom. If we use our power for good, we can make peace, not just more war." Arish, the AI, interrupted. "Priority message. From Earth Government, President Green requests immediate update." Cole nodded. "Put her on." The president's face appeared on the screen. She looked tired but hopeful. "Congratulations to the whole crew," she said. "You have changed the course of history. The Galactic Union wants to send diplomats to meet with us, they hope, for a new alliance, but some fear what we have built," Cole answered. "We will meet them, and we will show them that Earth stands for peace, but we will not back down if we are threatened." The crew cheered quietly. For the first time, many felt proud to wear their uniforms. Liberty's wrath was now famous across the stars. While the ship orbited Earth, teams worked day and night to repair the damage. Engineers fixed engines and power lines. Medics helped the injured recover. Megan visited the families of those lost. In battle, her words brought comfort, and her promise was clear. Their sacrifice was not in vain. We will keep fighting for peace. Soon, the time came for Liberty's wrath to leave orbit. The new alliance meeting would happen on a neutral space station far from Earth. Cole called the crew to attention. "Prepare the ship. We are not just warriors, we are ambassadors now. Let's show the galaxy who we really are." The ship left Earth with hope and fear mixed together. As they reached the meeting place, they saw ships from dozens of different worlds. Some were small and simple, others were big and powerful. Each ship flew the flag of its people, but all turned to look at Liberty's wrath as it arrived. Cole, Megan, and a group of crew members entered the station for talks. The hall was filled with diplomats and leaders from across the galaxy. Some looked at the humans with respect, some with jealousy, and some with open fear. Everyone whispered about Liberty's wrath. The warship had become a legend. The talks were long and sometimes tense. Some worlds wanted strong promises of protection. Others demanded that Earth share its technology. Cole stood his ground. Earth wants peace and friendship. But we will not let anyone take our secrets by force. We will stand together, or we will stand alone. But we will never surrender again. Megan met with soldiers from other worlds. She listened to their stories and shared her own. She learned that many species had also suffered under the Varnuk. The machines had attacked their planets too. One alien commander, a tall woman with silver skin, shook Megan's hand. You gave us hope. Now we will fight with you, back on Liberties. Wrath. The crew watched the meetings on their screens. When news came that a new alliance was formed, cheers echoed through the ship. Even Iris reported. Alliance confirmed. Probability of galactic peace has increased. But in the shadows, trouble was growing. Some old enemies sent secret messages to the Varnuk. Others tried to spy on Earth's technology. Megan caught one agent hiding in the engine room. She reported him at once. We must stay careful. Not everyone is happy about this new power. Before the ship returned to Earth, Cole spoke to the crew one last time. We fought hard and we lost friends, but we have a chance now to make something better. Let's not waste it. The journey back was quiet. Each crew member thought about what came next. Some dreamed of going home. Others wanted to see new worlds. Megan sat in her room, writing a letter to her family. She promised to come home soon, but also promised to protect their future. As Liberty's wrath floated through space, the galaxy was watching. Friends and enemies waited to see what the humans would do next. For the first time, no one dared to say that humans were weak. No force could stop them, because now they had the most powerful warship in the stars. Liberty's wrath glided quietly through deep space. The galaxy was changing, and every eye was watching the humans. The crew felt a new kind of pressure. They were not just soldiers anymore. They were symbols of hope and power, but they were also targets, and they knew it. Earth was peaceful for the first time in years. News of the alliance brought joy to many people. Children wore little Liberty's wrath badges, and old people told stories about the great battle. Yet, far from home, Cole and his crew knew that peace was fragile. Late one night, Megan stood alone in the observation deck. She watched stars passing by and wondered what would come next. In the silence, she heard a soft voice. It was Iris. You should rest, Megan. Tomorrow will be another busy day. Megan smiled. Thank you, Iris. I just wanted a moment to think. Everything feels different now. I keep waiting for something bad to happen. Iris paused before answering. Change is hard. But you have given hope to many. I will watch the stars while you sleep. Elsewhere, Cole walked the empty halls. He stopped at the memorial wall, names of lost crew members engraved in silver. He ran his hand over the letters. We will make this worth it, he promised quietly. We will keep the peace you fought for. In the morning, alarms sounded through the ship. Incoming transmission from deep space. Iris announced. Cole and Megan hurried to the bridge. The message came in many languages at once, broken and filled with static. But one phrase repeated over and over. Danger, machines, they are coming, Cole ordered. Track the signal. Find its source, Iris worked quickly. Signal comes from an old mining colony on the edge of the Perseus sector. The machines are attacking. The colony's defenses are failing. Cole made his decision. Set course for Perseus. We are not just defenders of Earth now. We have a duty to the galaxy. Liberty's wrath jumped to hyperspace. The crew prepared for action once again. Pilots checked their fighters. Engineers readied emergency kits. Medics got stretchers ready for wounded allies. The ship moved faster than ever before, racing to save lives. When they arrived, the scene was chaos. The mining colony floated above a red planet. Its shields flickered as hundreds of machines attacked. Other ships tried to help, but none could hold the line. As Liberty's wrath appeared, the tide of battle shifted. Cole spoke on the open channel. This is Liberty's wrath. All friendly ships fall behind our line. We will break the enemy. The warship powered its railgun and fired. The blast tore through a swarm of machines. Fighters launched, guided by Megan's voice. Drones moved to rescue stranded miners. The crew worked like a perfect machine. Each person knew what to do, and did it without fear. The enemy was stronger this time. The machines had learned from past defeats. They attacked in new ways, diving at weak spots, targeting engines. For a moment, it seemed the machines might win. Then Iris spoke. New strategy ready, recommending power transfer to secondary shields and auto-repair systems. Cole trusted the A. Do it, Iris. Let's show them what we've learned too. The ship changed tactics, shields shifted, weapons fired in new patterns. The machines tried to adapt, but Liberty's wrath was always a step ahead. The crew felt pride as they saw enemy ships break apart. More friendly ships joined the fight. Together, they pushed the machines back. After hours of fighting, the last machine exploded in a shower of sparks. Cheers echoed through every hallway. Miners and rescuers cried with relief. Cole watched the survivors and felt something he hadn't felt in years: hope for the future after the battle. The colony sent a thank you message. You saved us, the leader said. If you had not come, we would be lost. Megan smiled as she listened. That's what Liberty's wrath was built for, she whispered. To protect those who cannot protect themselves. News spread quickly, across the galaxy. More worlds called for help. Some just wanted protection. Others wanted to join the new alliance. The symbol of the warship brought both hope and fear. Some empires plotted in secret, worried that humans would become too powerful. But for now, peace held. Back on Earth, President Green made a speech. We remember those who gave their lives for this day. Let this be the start of something better. We reach out to our friends and promise to defend the weak. No force can stop us when we stand together. Cole and Megan stood on the bridge as the stars rolled by. They did not know what the next day would bring. The machines might return. The Varnuk might rebuild. Old enemies might become new friends. But Liberty's wrath would always be ready. As the crew looked out into the endless night, they understood one thing. Humanity had changed the galaxy, not with fear, but with courage, not with hate, but with unity. For as long as Liberty's wrath flew among the stars, hope would follow. No force could stop them now, not ever.